Hi there, Jerry Smith, the rector at the parish, and I'm sitting here with Fred Chester, our sound engineer, to talk about how things have changed in the sound video side of Holy Comforter since the advent of COVID-19. So maybe, Fred, you could tell us sort of overall responsibilities here, and then some of the critical issues you had to speak to since we've entered into this new era.
Okay. I'm the audio video technician here at Holy Comforter, and so I handle all of the sound pretty much in any part of the building, and also the new video equipment that we have that we're using to stream and broadcast. I'm not on the staff, but I'm totally volunteer, and I have a couple of other people that also volunteer with me that I've been training to do this when I'm not able to do it. And since the virus has set in, we luckily right before that we had a very generous donation from a parishioner, and which would allow us to upgrade mainly our video system. We already had this digital mixer here, which we use in the service to recall all of the settings we have for whichever service we're using, whether it's a school or whether it was the 8 o'clock service or the 10:30 service. They all had different settings with different microphones and positions. Anyway, so all that's stored, and you can instant recall that off of the computer that's built into this mixer. And then we had one camera before with a handheld remote, which worked really amazingly well. It's mounted, you can see it right up there, right there, over the door, over the exit sign. It's aimed back at me at the moment. You can probably see it here on the screen right there. That's the shot. No, this is a shot from there, and that's our other camera shot. Anyway, from that donation, we were able to, prior to the virus, we had already decided that we were going to upgrade to a second camera so that we would have a lot better presentation of what's going on in the church, because with this camera we were always looking toward the altar and everyone's back all the time, and a lot of times it's good to be able to see the parishioners or whatever's going on from the side or the front. So with a multi-camera system like this, we have a controller and a switcher, and the switcher changes from one camera to the other, and the controller allows you to alter the settings of the second camera, which is not being broadcast at the time. And then once you get it set, then you can crossfade into the other camera and see the other shot. And it just allows it from just being kind of, static. It allows more creativity with the shot. It's been really a very creative opportunity for me, because I'm basically producing live on the spot a presentation.
Have you had to learn new skills?
I have had to learn new skills. I've had a lot of experience in the digital audio realm since the mid-'70s, really. I've been recording, but back in the early '90s, I worked for a company called Light International here in town, and it was doing R&D for Sony, Philips, and finally in the end Samsung. And it was in a building next to the post office on Centerville Road. And we were doing interactive children's Bible stories, which were ultimately they were animated, and they were put on a disc. And I was one of 4 audio guys that created all the sound effects and dialogue recording for that interactive disc. And it was called CDI, and you had a special player that you hooked up in your entertainment center. And it had a joystick on it, and you could actually maneuver to icons and open them up and hear different parts of the program and everything. And so right before that actually hit the market, Sony and Philips closed it down, and CD-ROM became the format of choice. And so CDI really never made it into the market. So, but it was a great experience for me. That's how I learned digital technology and digital recording, was right there. And so just progressed.
So now you're a joystick between cameras.
Now I'm
and what's the feedback been like?
The feedback has been really good. people are enjoying being able to see a different perspective on the service, and really, it's it's at a really good quality right now. We're able to do it in 1080p, so it looks really great on big screen TV. It's not 4K, but it's 1080p, which is, I guess, 2K, but plenty adequate and about the half the cost of 4K.
Yeah.
So we're very happy with that, and the feedback has been good.
Well, I think, speaking as the rector, you have seen us almost single-handedly through the pandemic. I don't think we would have been able as community to provide the level of service that we do without the work that you do. And I think right from the very beginning, the fact that we were ahead of the curve on live streaming and all of the volunteer work you've put into wiring the new equipment, seeing that it's all up and running smoothly, and training a couple of extras to help you, have kept most of you watching this engaging with us. And the truth is that I just want to go public and say this, Fred, because I think it's been exceptional. And it seems to me to bring you some joy.
It does.
Because you're in your wheelhouse when you're back here. And you exercising this ministry gift has blessed not only our whole parish, but a multitude of people who come and worship with us regularly on Sundays. So thank you for watching, and come and join us.
Absolutely.
Father Jerry just left, but there were several things that I neglected to say in the interview that I wanted to say. When Father Jerry came, everything changed. He was just the perfect example for us as he came in with a really open mind and worldview about how we should approach this broken world that he talks about so much. His attitude was just so accepting and open to looking forward with media and with the places that we needed to go to reach out from the church. And so I just totally respect the opportunity that he gave me to try out ideas that I had, from putting up the sound baffles in the sanctuary to clear up the sound to make it more audible for people who could not understand much of what was said in our gymnasium-like space. And then also, he was able to get parishioners to donate special money dedicated to getting our new soundboard purchased and installed, and then to get to the video gear that we have here to basically reach out through the internet into a larger world. I'd like to also thank Randy and David, who assist me when I'm not able to be here or when I need a break. And of course, when I have technical problems that I can't solve myself, I can always turn to Paul Fitzgerald at the school or Matthew Pessa, who are both more adept at dealing with issues on the internet than I am. But like my mechanic that works on my car, who has a business close by, says, she calls this church wholly comfortable. And I think that's so apropos. The wonderful thing about this parish is that the people are so loving and so caring and so kind. And that's what I'm worried about most with this pandemic, is the fact that it's affecting our camaraderie. To me, that's such a wonderful thing when we have our meetings downstairs and our meals in the parish hall together, and just how close we all are, and just what a loving community this church is. I think the main thing that our team is concerned about while we're working together here is communication. Father Jerry is leading us more toward reaching out through our social media and the internet, YouTube, where we can reach people not only outside of this building, but outside of this state, outside of our country, just all over the world through YouTube and the internet. So I think that communication is going to be the key to keep us moving forward through this pandemic until we have a chance to come back together. And I'd like to remind each of the parishioners that this world needs many, many blessings at this point. So please pray about it and try yourselves to be that blessing. Peace be with you.